One hot summer evening last year, when I was hanging out at Shogun Method HQ, a guy comes up to me and goes, "Hey Fredo, big fan of your YouTube channel. Can I ask you something though?" "Shoot," I said. He introduces himself as Steve and immediately starts venting about his girlfriend, Diane. She's terrible. Every darn day, she nags me about not being assertive enough, threatens to dump me, and I especially hate it when she compares me to her friends, boyfriends, and husbands. I looked him dead in the eye and said to him, "Steve, trust me, you're not alone. I've heard this a zillion times. Women dig what they can't have. Seems like Diane believes she's got you wrapped around her finger." And so, Steve tells me more about himself. He's this successful engineer in the valley. He drives fancy cars. He jet sets to exotic places for vacations. His boss sold the company for hundreds of millions of dollars, and he cashed out on a small portion of the sale. But there's a catch with Steve. He's awash with cash, and yet utterly clueless about women. And guess what? He's not alone. I see guys like Steve at Shogun Method HQ almost every day. Rich guys with zero sense about how relationships work. Their women are driving them absolutely bonkers. Poor Steve told me what he had to hear from Diane almost every day. "Why can't you be more like your friend Chad?" Ugh, Steve, you're such a loser. Shut your trap, do as I say, or forget about getting any action tonight. And then he shows me a bunch of texts from Diane, making all these shitty demands. Buy me this, take me there, do this, do that, yada yada yada. It's the same damn story I hear from men all over the globe. I've treated her to fancy dinners, got her the finest clothes, even a diamond ring, and this is how she treats me. Just thinking about it gets the blood boiling. But hold on, this isn't just Steve's gig. Every dude on this planet has to put up with this crap from women. Yup, even the super successful ones like veteran shoguns face this nonsense every now and then. So, is there a way out of this madness? The answer is yes. There is a solution that solves this problem. But before we get into that, let me toss a question your way. Wouldn't it be downright incredible to get anything you desire from any woman you fancy? Picture the woman you've always dreamed of, lying there, looking up at you with those seductive eyes. Imagine her on her knees, arching her back, her eyes locking onto your soul, begging for your love. Sounds like pure heaven, doesn't it? And guess what? It's 100% possible after you've seen the girlfriend control solution you're going to learn from me next. All you need to do is know how to manipulate your woman's emotions and you'll be set. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. Before that, however, there's something I want you to do for me. Could you do me a solid and hit that like button? It would seriously make my day. Take a sec to click like, and then we'll get back to it. Thanks a bunch. Now let's keep the momentum going. So here was what I told Steve. "Listen, Steve, so here's the deal," I said. "The golden ticket to unlock all this magic is about understanding the female psyche. You gotta get inside a woman's head and really understand how she ticks. And how she ticks is controlled by her emotions. So, the art of girlfriend control is all about controlling her emotions. You control her emotions, and you control her behavior. Easy." Steve perked up and asked me the obvious question. "So tell me, Fredo, how do you control a woman's emotions?" I bet you have the same question too. Before I let you in on the secret sauce, let me spill the beans on what absolutely doesn't cut it. Simply buying her flowers and chocolate won't do the trick. Being a nice guy won't cut it either. Letting her be the boss and bend over backwards for her is just plain dumb. As for those pickup artist tricks, total crap. Don't even bother with seduction nonsense. They are utterly useless. So, what works? Now onto the real deal. The surefire way to get a grip on her emotions is what we call the E word in Shogun Method. Enslavement. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know what you're thinking. What the fuck, right? If you're caught off guard by all that, don't worry, it's a natural reaction. And yes, let's be clear. We're talking about emotional, not physical enslavement here. We want to make a woman emotionally addicted to you, in a good way, of course. Now let's dive into the real deal on how to do it. And the answer lies in the work of the preeminent mind control master, Derek Rake. Back then, while everyone was getting excited about seduction and pickup, Derek was the lone wolf talking about emotional enslavement. He schooled me about the IRA model, the legendary 4-step roadmap that leads to emotional enslavement of a woman. And the 4 steps are intrigue, rapport, attract, and enslave. I, R, A, and E. The IRA model also explains why guys like Steve screw up. They mess up the order of the steps or never even make it to the enslavement stage. And this, my friend, is the reason they can't get a grip on their girlfriends or wives. Simply, the IRA model is how men win in the game of love and relationships. I can't do it justice in this short video, so here's what I recommend. Read Derek Rake's 34-page digital book at iramodel.com. It's free the last time I checked at iramodel.com. Anyway, back to Steve. I turned to him and asked, "Hey, how long have you been stuck with Diane?" He answered, 4 years, maybe a little more. Why? I replied, "Well, that's a good chunk of time. Ever heard of fractionation?" "What's that? Some pickup artist trick?" he asked. I chuckled, because this Derek Rake dude stuff was nothing like those lame pickup artists. Listen up, it's mind control, way more potent than that childish stuff they do. Steve got curious. "Tell me more," he said. I took a deep breath. "Alright, brace yourself, because this will give you the power to get a woman totally hooked. But be warned, once you work this magic, there's no turning back. Once she's under, she's yours forever." Steve's eyebrows went up. "Damn, sounds intense." I smiled. "It is. Here's the deal. Women are like cats. Ever played with a toy in front of a cat? She'll have her fun for a bit, then lose interest and walk away. But here's the kicker. Take the toy away while she's still into it, and she'll want it even more. It's the same with women. If you back off a bit, they'll start chasing you like crazy." His eyes widened. "Interesting," he remarked. "So what's this fractionation thing? Tell me more." I then said to him, "Simple. You gotta create this push and pull effect. Give her pleasure, then throw some pain her way, and back to pleasure. Keep her on her toes until she's dying to have you." Steve threw his arms up and said, "Man, that sounds wild, but I'm in." Full of excitement and determination, Steve dived right into the Shogun Method material I handed him after that. In no time, he devoured the content, always hungry for more. But honestly, the guy was so desperate to break free from the misery of being pussy-whipped that he'd do anything. Armed with knowledge, he wasted no time trying fractionation on Diane. The results were jaw-dropping. Fredo, it was insane. Diane transformed completely, like I cast some freaking magic on her. From fiery to gentle as a puppy, all under my command. I had my doubts, but damn, it actually worked. How about you? Do you want the same girlfriend control tricks and get your girlfriend under your control? Yes? Then do what Steve did. Learn fractionation. In Steve's case, I sent him to fractionation.org, where he learned from Derek Rake in the legendary Shogun Method Masterclass. I recommend the same to you. So, here's what to do. Go to fractionation.org and follow the instructions. That's all you need to do. fractionation.org.